We are all just one great being.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they forget. We're not separate. The universe is probably one cell inside of some superorganism.
Right.
And we're just little little who's like Horton Hears a Who, and trying to make sense of it. And it's a beautiful thing that we're making sense of it. But everything is just one great being. We're all God. That's what Jesus was talking about. That's what, Buddha was talking about. It's recognizing the divinity in you. What I did as a child, I said, I'm going to, instead of waiting for the Messiah to show up, what if everybody picked up their torture stake and behaved and did the things that they had expected the Messiah to do? What if everybody just for one day walked around and behaved as if they were God himself? And every person you meet, there's a little piece of God in them. And that's who you talk to. But make sure they see it in you first.
Wow.
So that's what my life principle is about. Make way for life. Please make way for life. Find the piece of God in you and show it. Shine through it. Push it. And take up your stake. Take up your stake and be the Messiah for the day. And 2 days and 3 days if you can.
Do you think that the origin of hominids, that this is a naturally occurring thing that happens when a planet reaches a certain distance from its star in a Goldilocks zone?
Of course. The pressure conditions created.
So you think this is happening everywhere?
Everywhere, because everything is alive. Look at what happens in the summer in the north. Alan Watts said you'll see apples occurring at this time. They'll say that the tree is appling. Well, what happens with the planets? Oh, it's peopling.
Whoa.
This is just peopling. This is just what occurs at 93 million miles away from the sun.
What do you think occurs after us?
Well, once we get pushed out further, what happens? We need nitrogen to unwind into oxygen. But since when we get pushed further out, the nitrogen is so far out, so we have to go deeper underground to have the pressure conditions that was equal to us having 93 million miles away from the sun. The deeper underground we go, the less light we have. And as a result of that, skin begins to gray, eyes get bigger. All of those necessary things, the things that we see in aliens and all of that, ends up taking place.
Jesus was a mystic. He never talked about going to church. He didn't say read a Bible. Show me where he said read a Bible. Show me where he said go to church. He never said go to church. He never said read a Bible. In fact, he was so enamored by these great churches, he walked down the street and said there's going to be one brick left laying on top of another one. He said, forget that. What was he concerned about? You. Inside of you. He didn't point to some far-off God who was going to come down and save you. He said, you are the light of the world. The kingdom of God is in you. He didn't set himself up and say, look at me, I'm Jesus. I know I have hotsy-totsy stuff on my Christmas cards and everything. Look at me, ain't I something? He didn't ever said that. You know what he said? You think I'm doing good stuff? I'll tell you something, Noah. The things I do, you can do too. You can do better than I do, Joey. That's the kind of guy he was. Never drew attention to himself, drew attention to you. He never came to show his divinity, he came to show your divinity. And he told you how to reach it, how to make it explode. It's within you. Raise yourself up to the upper room. Let practice the single eye. And you'll fill with light, wisdom, and power and understanding. That's the kind of guy he was. And the religions have never allowed him to be what he came to be. One who would bring you into the bosom of the Father and show you your divinity, your holiness, the power within you.